You have to remember too that Dave is just expecting the backlash at this point because he's been
Yeah.
conditioned,
Oh, I'm a.
conditioned
it's
by
coming.
Shaun
It's
over
coming.
10 years.
I'm gonna backlash
Wait
all
for
of
the
you
hot takes.
except for Michaela.
What? Really? Okay.
I think we only have 2 left, so
I think you're still wrong. We're gonna see. We have arrived at number 2 on our favorite Zelda tracks of all time. There's one song left that's unanimous, and one that is not.
Weird.
Hmm.
I don't think
I
it's
get
this
it though.
one.
Yeah, that makes. I mean, it can make sense.
Which
That's how the
one
math
is it?
works. Yeah,
Yeah,
checks
yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Number 2 is the final unanimous song.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
This must be where it is then.
This is also a number 1. This is our third number 1 that we've seen. We had Nick's a long time ago because he messed up. I'm just kidding. It was a good pick. And then we had Shaun's a little bit ago at number 6. This is Dave's number 1, which means
My
he knows what it is. And by proxy, I think everybody should have an idea that something and that's going to be high up here is Gerudo Valley.
Okay.
I love this
the
track.
best.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
I
This is
actually-
so
I,
good.
fucking
I
love
woke
it.
up in the middle of the
Great.
night the other night. I was like, "Oh my god, did I put Gerudo Valley on my list?" And I
That's
did.
cold sweat stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no.
Oh my god, that
Now
would
I'm
have
really
been such an
wondering how he's gonna
oversight
turn
if
this
you
into a hot
forgot
take.
it.
Well, it's
Oh
one of
my
the ones where it's like, so obviously going to go on my list because it is one of the best Zelda songs. It's one of the most omnipresent Zelda songs. And I was like, oh, I'm sure I had it. And then I was like, oh no, what if I forgot? I didn't. It's great. This is probably the best song in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes this whole section great.
Yeah, this part is so much fun when you have to stealth your way out. I mean, and I suck at stealthing in games in general, so I got to hear this song a lot, but I didn't get tired of it because it was so good.
Somebody didn't know that you could use the bow and arrow to knock them out.
Well, when I was a kid playing this, probably not. I
That
think I
kills
figured it
people,
out as I
right?
got older. Like, yeah, I can
You
stun.
can't
That makes it
stun people
easier.
with an arrow. That just murders them, right? You can't do that.
As a kid, though,
An arrow
no
won't just
idea.
go donk.
Can't you fight them too?
In
I
some of the
think-
spots inside, yes.
Yeah, I think most of them will like catch you and like blow the whistle and shit. But I think there are some scripted fights. In
Yeah,
there.
because there are certain items you have to acquire.
Yes.
To me,
Yeah.
while this is a really good section of the game, as you mentioned, this is one of those that hit so hard initially that I instantly just picture when you first walk in,
Yeah.
and there's a little plank that goes across that expanse. Like, that's where I'm taken every time I hear this, is right back to that moment because it made such a lasting impression from the very beginning.
The intro is almost that little span, that do 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 do, and then it gets into the song. Man, that's the same thing. Like, you're walking into this town, and you hear that little intro, and you're like, all right, here we go. And then the Spanish guitar comes in, the horns come in. I think I kind of actually like just the style of music so much that, like, the horns, the guitar, all of it is just so pleasing in so many ways.
All of that, plus Epona making the jump.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
my god, that's
true.
so
Yes.
cool. And this song is so good. It has so many remixes, or it's had so many remixes over the years. The orchestral version at Symphony of the Goddesses is really good. There's a Cadence of Hyrule version that's also really cool. It's like rock and hardcore.
That's my favorite one from that game.
It's
It's a very good
It's
Gerudo
a
Valley version. It
very
actually moved it
good
up a couple
version.
spots on my list because of how good it was. Because I hadn't listened to all of Cadence's soundtrack, and that boosted this a couple spots for me because of how good it was.
Maybe I'm just like FBI profiling right now, like where you're like not supposed to do, where I'm just like seeing what I want to see. But like, there's such a interesting history to Gerudo Valley and the Gerudo people and Ganondorf and Raised by the Witches, and I'm just like, all of that to me is like sort of like adventurous, mysterious, interesting song, and I just think it's really cool.
Kind of
I
sounds
don't
like a western, fits
Yeah.
the desert. You're on
Yeah.
horseback for a good chunk of this. It all just kind of works. And again, like, didn't need to go this hard.
And it's the same thing we talked about before, where it's like, does it immediately sound like, oh yeah, this definitely belongs in a Zelda game? Like, not really. And I love that part of it. When they
And
surprise
it's
me with music, that's the best.
Mhm.
I'm learning something about myself. Is that little clicking in the back, the chicka 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 type of deal? Dragon Roost Island had this. This has it. Yep.
Hey.
That's
You
that's
you
it.
like
That's
snaps,
coming.
you like castanets, you like
snaps.
you're into that stuff, which
Yeah, what's
that's
the
cool.
one in the flamenco
Bobbies.
song? And
Yeah,
Papa
that's
Walla
what I was
Flamenco.
gonna say.
Yeah,
and
David
nine.
liked that song too.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
true.
That is
But
true.
he's a heathen and he won't play Final Fantasy. Well, he did play Final Fantasy 9, but he won't
But
finish
he
it.
Yeah.
didn't get to
I
any
want
of the
to.
good stuff.
Okay, he wants to. He's trying to
I
redeem
want Oh,
himself.
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried it. I've started it, and I'll get there.